Hello there, greetings from Colombo everybody. I'm Hassan Shazuli and this is Lunchtime News live from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Now today is a very special day and Newsfirst is a channel that continues to stand with the people. And we wish everyone celebrating a very happy and prosperous Sinhala and Tamil New Year. In saying that, we first take a look at the headlines this afternoon.
Government taking measures to secure the normal life of the people, President says in his message to mark Sinhala and Tamil New Year. People of all faiths celebrate Sinhala and Tamil New Year at demonstration site. India to support Sri Lanka again. Talks with IMF to begin next Monday. Litro gas employees on 5-day holiday amid shortage.
In your top story, the Sinhala and Tamil New Year dawned at the auspicious time of 8:41 this morning. In the middle of the month of Bak, marking the end of the harvest season when the sun moves from the Meena Rashya to the Mesha Rashya, Sri Lankan people begin celebrating the Sinhala and Tamil New Year, also known as Aluth Avruddha. The Sinhala Tamil New Year 2022 has undoubtedly brought together all communities in the country to rise up against destruction. However, this year Sri Lankans are celebrating the New Year amidst the shortage of fertilizer, water for cultivations, high-priced imported rice and barren paddy lands. The New Year is a day for new beginning, and today Sri Lanka is struggling to move towards a path for a new beginning. Sri Lankans welcome the New Year today with renewed hope for prosperity in the country. Special religious observances were held at many places of worship, including the Temple of the Sacred Tooth in Kandy. Hindu devotees obtained blessings by visiting kovils in line with the festival. For the protesters opposite the President's office in Colombo, the Sinhala and Tamil New Year dawned at the demonstration site today. Mariam Gunavijaya brings us the latest.
Milen awat, kolen awat, apata kela vai kobeya. Milen awat kobeya, kolen awat kobeya. Milen awat, kolen awat, apata kela vai kobeya. Waraya hada චීනට දීපන් ජැටි ටික තෙල් ටික මෝඩිට දීපන් ලැබෙන කොමිස් ටික තොපි ගිල දාපන් මහජනයාට වර්ගින්දර දීපන් රැල්ල කිට්ටු වෙනවා ඔන්න කොට්ට පැදුර අකුල ගන්න සද්ද මහල මාරුවෙන් රට්ටු ඇවිස්සෙන්න කලින් රැල්ල කිට්ටු වෙනවා ඔන්න කොට්ට පැදුර අකුල ගන්න සද්ද මහල මාරුවෙන් රට්ටු
Sinhala and Tamil New Year dawn at the auspicious time of 8:41 a.m. today.
I am here in the streets of Colombo in Galle Green, opposite the President's office, where a massive protest is ongoing for the 6th consecutive day today. People have gathered here from all walks of life. It's a Sinhala and Tamil New Year, but people have come here regardless of race, religion and ethnic differences to protest for one common cause. These protesters are holding placards, they're holding the Sri Lankan national flag, and they're staging various demonstrations to extend their support towards this protest.
Many citizens who are protesting opposite the President's office in Colombo against the crisis in the country celebrated the festival at the demonstration site today. They say it's the first time that Sri Lanka is celebrating the New Year with people from all faiths taking part. These determined citizens say they represent the voice of all the people grappling with several issues at present. They insist that they wouldn't give up their struggle.
This is a peaceful struggle. This isn't a struggle which inconveniences the people. We are asking these rulers to give the people of this country their rights.
අරගෙන තිරුපති යනකොට පවුලක් ඉඳගෙන රට කනවා මයින්න පැටවු හන්දට යන්න රොකට් හදනවා නැත්නම් රටට පනිනවා අයියා මලෝ හොරු දෙකයි අනිත් එවුන් පස් දෙනයි උන්ගේ කරේ සාටකයි බලන්න අවලස්සනයි කවුදයි රණ්ඩු කරන්නේ ගෝටයි කොල්ලයි රණ්ඩු කරන්නේ මොකටද රණ්ඩු කරන්නේ ගෙදර වන්නට රණ්ඩු කරන්නේ.
Now, just before dawn, Senator Sen and I met with those involved in the demonstrations at Galle as preparations for the New Year festival were taking place.
It's 2:10 a.m. on the 14th of April, just a few hours away from the dawn of the Sinhala Tamil New Year. As you can see, thousands of people are still here in Galle engaging in their protest. They're citing the current state of affairs in the country and they're expressing their displeasure. These people are from the Shangri-La Hotel to the entrance of the President's office. These people are here overnight protesting regardless of the showery weather conditions. Our Newsfirst team walked around here and we spoke to a few of the people who are protesting here. And while we were talking, we met a mother and a daughter who has been here since this morning supporting this cause carried out by mainly young people from all walks of Sri Lanka. You're here with your daughter, and why are you here? It's very uncomfortable here and the weather conditions.
For me, I think it's my social responsibility to make the numbers and to help the youth who are doing this struggle.
How has the economic crisis affected your life personally?
Personally, it has affected. Our lifestyle has gone, it's gone down. Privileges that we were, we are finding it difficult now. But I think we're still surviving, but things have been difficult for us, day by day.
Yeah, the main reason we fight for is inflation. Because everyone here is fighting, we have to remove the Gotabaya from his post. But the main point is we have to fight with inflation. Because we can see that the prices of everything is rising up. For that we have to fight. We have to understand what is happening in Sri Lanka.
Why are you here?
Every voice counts, even if it's for an hour or even for 30 minutes. So I think you need to be here and you need to make an impact in whatever way you can.
How do you think all of this will end?
It's not enough for the Rajapaksas to leave. This has to end in a new form of leadership, a new transparent, accountable leadership that is going to actually take this country forward, which is something that we haven't had for the last 74 years.
More than 100 tents have been set up here, and just a couple of minutes ago it rained here heavily. However, thousands of determined young people are protesting from here, from this location to the President's office, citing the state of the country at present. While we can't tell how this will end, one thing is pretty clear. These young people are protesting in their own unique style and in a peaceful manner. I'm Sanitha Senanayaka reporting for News First, where the people come first.
Well, that special report was filed by Senator Senanayaka opposite the President's office, where demonstrations are currently in its 6th day. Now, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says the biggest challenge faced by Sri Lanka at present should be overcome with unity. He made these remarks in his message for the Sinhala and Tamil New Year.
In his message for the Sinhala and Tamil New Year, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa said the economic and global crises have become the biggest challenges for Sri Lanka in recent history. The President added that the government is taking measures to secure the normal life of the people from the current complex situation. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa said everyone must work together as one nation despite the difficult times. He had said that the government is already implementing the future plans needed to avoid the hardships that can be faced during the challenging times. Opposition leader Sajith Premadasa has said families have lost the opportunity of celebrating the New Year together in peace and cheerfulness. In his message, he said Sri Lanka, which was once a self-sufficient economy, has now become a paradise of tears. He added that the rulers must act in an exemplary way, instead of telling the people who have made immense sacrifices to make such sacrifices repeatedly.
In rest of the day's stories, Fitch ratings agency has downgraded Sri Lanka's long-term foreign currency issuer default rating. This rating measures the country's vulnerability to repay its debt. Fitch says Sri Lanka's rating has been downgraded from CC to C. Now, rating C means that the process of defaulting the country's debt has begun. Now, sources have told the Reuters news agency that India is ready to give Sri Lanka funds worth $2 billion.
A senior government source in New Delhi had told Reuters that India can provide Sri Lanka up to $2 billion. This would include swaps and other financial assistance. Another source had said that India has responded positively to Sri Lanka's request to roll over about $2 billion in dues. This includes payments owed to the Asian Clearing Union. India has so far provided loans, credit lines and currency swaps worth $1.9 billion to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has also sought another $500 million credit line for fuel. One of the sources in New Delhi had told Reuters that India was keen for Sri Lanka to cut its reliance on China. The source had said, quote, "We want them to reduce their debt levels from China and become stronger partners," end quote.
Still on the economic front, Finance Minister Ali Sabri says Sri Lanka plans to start talks with the International Monetary Fund next Monday. This would be to secure as much as $4 billion in aid to support Sri Lanka's economy.
We probably may need 3 to 4 billion new cash injections from external sources for the rest of the year. Now that the burden of debt repayment is out of our equation, probably to support the balance of payment crisis and also to have those continuous supply of fuel in order to prevent further electricity cuts so that our industries are not affected.
You are, going through some discussions with the Chinese as well for $2.5 billion, if I'm not mistaken. If you could give us an update too on those discussions with Beijing.
We have been discussing with them for a long period of time. We are very confident that Chinese will look at very positively. China had a long-standing relationship with us. I'm not going to give much of a detail on that. They are still in the negotiation stages. And India had been very, very helpful for us, our neighbor, our friend. They have categorically stated that they will bail out us until we can stand on our own. So hopefully with Indian, Chinese, and probably IMF, World Bank, ADB, we have had very good initial discussions. With all of them, I am confident that we can pull through. Of course, there can be very difficult times going forward for the next 6 to 9 months or a year. We all know without pain there is no gain. So we understand that these times are going to be very, very difficult going forward.
Now, the shortage of dollars has affected fuel imports to the country, but the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, it says 2 tanks carrying 40,000 metric tons of diesel and 37,500 metric tons of petrol reached the country today. Sumit Vijay is the chairman of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation. He says the process of distributing fuel would begin soon, but many people were seen in queues for fuel today.
Many filling stations at the Mavanella town remain closed today. A long queue was seen at one fuel station which was open. People in Dambulla were in fuel queues at the auspicious time of engaging in religious observances. For the people of Polonnaruwa, the Sinhala and Tamil New Year dawned at fuel queues today. While many filling stations remain closed, a long queue was seen at one petrol shed that was open.
Now, the Sinhala and Tamil New Year in Sri Lanka has dawned at a time when gas supplies have been affected as well. State-run Litrogas Lanka Limited says it has decided to close down the Karavalapitiya petroleum terminal for 5 days. Litrogas Lanka had distributed only about 1 million regular gas cylinders last month, despite being required to supply about 2.2 million cylinders. The numbers had emerged during inquiries carried out by the Consumer Affairs Authority. The drop in supply has resulted in long queues for cooking gas in many parts of the country. Litrogas Lanka says it had not been able to supply enough gas cylinders due to the shortage of dollars to import gas. However, the state-run gas company has said that it produces 100,000 gas cylinders to the market daily. Employees of Litrogas Lanka are now on leave for 5 days, but the queues for gas cylinders is continuing to grow. While issues continue to mount in Sri Lanka, Sri Lankans overseas are adding their voice to the growing protests against the crisis here at home. Sri Lankans living in the Italian city of Lucca extended their support to the protests in Sri Lanka. In addition, a similar protest took place in the Canadian city of Toronto as well, with hundreds of people in attendance. The Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka has advised the government to conduct the much-delayed provincial council and local authority elections as soon as possible. Its chairman, retired Supreme Court Judge Rohini Marasinghe, said the commission doesn't, however, have the mandate to recommend going for an early parliamentary election.
The Human Rights Commission says there are concerns with the parliamentarians are representing the people's aspirations in parliament. It notes that postponing an election violates the fundamental rights of the people, as it is a means through which the people can express their opinion.
You're up to date with the latest stories here on News First. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, more news follows on our website, www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Hassan Shazali. This is News First, where the people come first. Take care and God bless.